Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Soulful Sunday. I pray that if you went to service somewhere, that something was said or something was done that made you feel the presence and the love of the Lord, that the light was shined and that it was shared and showed to you in such a way that you were not expecting it, but it did something to transform and change not only your day, but to transform and change your life from moving forward in this day. My question on this Soulful Sunday is, what are you waiting for? You know, so many of us are talking about, I don't know why I'm here. I don't know why I was created. I don't know what my purpose is. And we were given a purpose before we were even thought of, before our mom and dad came together. And so many of us question why we are here. But there is something that burns inside of you. There's something that has been birthed in you and placed inside of you that you desire to do, that you crave to do, that gives you life and gives you meaning. And you won't do it out of fear that you will not be successful or that you will not be blessed and favored in doing it. But if God put it in you and you have that desire, you have that craving, he or she has given you this passion and this fire that just, every time you do it, it just gives you life and it gives you meaning, then that is what you are supposed to be doing. Today I had to do focus on our theme, and we're talking about action this month. And so many of us are wanting God to do something for us, to open up doors and pour out a window of blessing and give us favor. But have we done the last thing that he or she has asked us to do? Have we done what they have asked us and purposed us for? If we have not done it, then we cannot expect a miracle, a sign, or a wonder to take place until we are willing to be obedient and to do what it is that we are supposed to do, until we are willing to take action and put into motion the purpose that has been placed inside of us and bring it forth. If we're sitting on it and we're not using it and we're not doing what we're supposed to do, which is share it with the world and be able to be a light in the kingdom of God, then we can't expect God to give us blessing and favor if we're not going to step out on faith and do what it is that he asks us to do. This month we're talking about the 10 lepers, and they stood far off in the city. They were off to the side. They were in the middle between Galilee and Samaria, and they were doing what they were supposed to do, which was isolating themselves. But they knew that in order for them to get their deliverance, in order for them to get their miracle, they were going to have to do some things. They were going to have to actually take action and put into motion some things in order for Jesus to be able to heal them and give them their deliverance. And we have to do that exact same thing. We may have to do some crying out. But then Jesus, when he tells us what we need to do, or she tells us what we need to do in the next moment, then we need to be willing and obedient to do that without hesitation, and to allow ourselves to be able to feel, even though we may have our doubts, even though we may have our fears and we may have our stresses and our worries, we still do it. And I call that doing it afraid, doing it even though we don't know the outcome, we don't know what's going to take place on the other side, but we allow ourselves to be vulnerable enough to be able to take what Jesus is telling us and to do and put it into action and make something happen. We can't expect something to happen if we're not willing to do the work that it requires. So on this hashtag Soulful Sunday, hashtag hold on, I'm going to put Jesus on that. All issues, hashtag you've been released. Do the work. And again, ask yourself, what are you waiting for? You no longer have to wait. The purpose has been given to you. Now put it into motion and get busy. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you on tomorrow.